I'm Mrs. Farquhar. I work in Lindsay Academy Art and Design Department, and I would like to show you how you can make your very own homemade sketchbook, which can be used this way, this way, this way. The good thing about this sketchbook is it can be made using basic materials. The materials that you are likely to need are A2 white paper or card, depending on what you're going to use it for. I like to use card if I'm going to be using paint in my sketches, but if you're planning on just using drawing pencils or pens, fine line pens, then finer paper will do just as well. You'll also need colour paper for the covers, glue or sellotape, double-sided sellotape to attach the covers onto the surface, and of course you'll need some scissors for cutting out. So let's get started. Now the paper that I've got, as I said, is quite large. I like to use the cards because I'm going to be using paints when I'm creating my artworks. And what we need to do is we need to divide this up into 16 sections. So we're going to start by folding this in half and then folding it once again, give it a nice good crease, open it out, and then using the outer edge, folding it in towards the centre to quarter that here, and we'll do the same on the other side. Okay, when we've finished that, we're going to do the same thing in the opposite direction. So we're going to fold over in half all the way. Try and be as careful with it as you can. And then once again, open it and then fold in those outer sections in towards that centre crease. And once again, so. If you're using thinner paper, this section will be much easier than using with the thick. So basically what we now have is we have a piece of paper folded into 16 sections. I'm going to show you this demonstration one. That's basically what you're going to be creating. Now your next step is to start chopping this to make sure that you can concertina fold it backwards and forwards. So we're going to start at one corner, we're going to start here at this line here, and the plan is to cut along this line to this section here. So all the way along this section to here. We are then going to go sideways along to this point here, and then we're going to come back on ourselves. So we're creating a spiral with our cuts back on itself to here, and then along to this point here, and then back inwards to the centre of our piece of paper like this. So you're basically cutting in a little spiral. All right, so when you've got that ready to go, I'm going to pop that to the side. Here's the one that we just folded up just now. I know it's hard to see the creases, but you're basically just cutting along those folds as carefully as you can. To this point on the first crease, we're coming across to this section here. And we stop at that point. We're coming down to this point here. And then we're coming back in to this centre line here. And then finishing it off, cutting into the very centre of the page. To here. Okay, so we now have a little spiral similar to this example one. So cutting from one corner down, along, back up, along, and into the centre again. Now in order to create your little sketchbook, you are basically going to start folding forwards and backwards on itself. So if you start at this outer corner here, and the fold is already made for you, so you're just going to fold that in along the edge that you've already created earlier on. This next fold you're going to fold backwards on itself, so it's going to go underneath and fold underneath there, and then you're just going to continue with the same fold that we created earlier on to this point here. Now this is where you have to make sure that you're being careful. You don't want to fold it over the top, you have to fold it back underneath itself, so you're going against that fold that you created last time. Against that fold, forward fold, backwards underneath, forward again, backwards underneath, forward again, backwards underneath, and you continue to do this until you have reached the very centre section of your page. So this is all going to be piled on top of each other all together like this. Now once you've done that, we want to start working on the outer covers. What I have done is I've created two small pieces of card, again basically taking an A4 sheet of paper and quartering it and using two of those. Now I've applied some double-sided tape to the back of this, ready for attaching on, and we want one for the front cover and one for the back cover. So what we'll do is we'll take the paper off this double-sided tape, as I said at the start, you can use glue for this if you wish, or double-sided tape if it's easier for you. And then just carefully positioning that over the top of your paper and give it a good press down. Okay, so that's you've got your front cover ready to go. We're going to flip that over, do the same thing on the other side. This will be your back cover. Okay, and I'm just pressing that down over the top there, give it a very good squeeze. And that's us good to go, ready to start sketching. Now the good thing about this little sketchbook is when you use the front cover as you're opening it up, you can, as I said, you can use it like a little book, the way that you would open up any book, or you can use it like a notepad, kind of flipping up this kind of direction. When you have opened it up, when you start sketching on page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, and you get to the back of your sketchbook, the good thing about this is when you've closed over your little book, basically open it up again and you have a new set of pages to work. And when you display it, it's fairly simple to display like this. All right, so again, have fun with it, try and be creative with how you decorate up your front covers. You can use multiple cards, colourful cards, layering up cards. You can add metallics if you wish to make it more interesting. So it's basically over to you to be as creative with it as you possibly can. All right, so just a wee quick reminder, the materials that you'll need for this. And thank you so much for watching. Take care.
We believe in you.
We believe in you.